A drop of hope.
Once upon a time, lived a boy named Ail. His home, a small mud hut, stood alone in the vast barren desert, where rain was a rare miracle. Life was harsh, and hunger and thirst were his family's constant companions. One evening, an idea struck him. If only we could store the rain when it comes. We wouldn't suffer like this, he thought. Determined, he set out to make a pool to collect water. Day after day, under the scorching sun, he gathered rocks from the desert. His hands blistered, and his body ached. But he never stopped. Slowly, he dug a deep pit and lined it with stones to keep the water from seeping into the dry earth. The villagers laughed at him. The rain will never come. Boy, you're wasting your energy, they said. But Ail ignored them and kept working. His pool was finally ready. And now, all he could do was wait. One day, dark clouds rolled across the sky. The air turned cool, and the wind carried the scent of rain. Stood by his pool, his heart pounding. The first raindrops kissed the dry earth, and soon, the sky opened up. Water rushed into the pool, filling it to the brim. Ail's eyes filled with tears of victory. But he wasn't done yet. With water now available, he needed to bring life to the land. He picked up an old plow and, using sheer strength, began to till the dry, cracked soil. Each day, he worked tirelessly, breaking the hardened earth, his hands covered in dust and sweat. Once the land was ready, built bamboo pipes to carry water from his pool to the plowed field. He had seen abandoned bamboo near the village and carefully cut and hollowed them out. Laying them down, he ensured the water flowed smoothly to the soil. With everything in place, he took out a handful of precious seeds that his mother had saved from better times. Gently, he sowed them into the moist earth and covered them with soil. Weeks passed. The barren land, once lifeless, began to transform. Tiny green shoots peeked through the soil, reaching toward the sun. Ail's heart swelled with pride. He watched as his plants grew taller, their roots drinking from the water he had so carefully stored. When harvest time came, his family rejoiced. Golden grains and fresh vegetables filled their hut, and for the first time in years, they ate without worry. The villagers, who had once mocked him, they, too, began to dig pools and plow fields. Soon, the once barren land turned green with crops. Water was no longer scarce, and hunger became a distant memory. Ail's determination had not only saved his family, but his entire village. And so, the boy who refused to give up brought life back to the desert. His people never knew thirst or hunger again, and they all lived happily ever after.